Hello again, YouTube. It's the whispering storyteller at your service. Thank you for the last comments I had. It was from the 2012 Whisper, and basically, yeah, people really enjoyed me talking and drawing at the same time. So I thought I would do another one, and this time I would like to talk about life and the things in life that we do and things that would help us all. You probably notice my fingers are a little discoloured. That's because I've done a few tries of this already and the last time the boiler decided to spring to life in the middle of it and I had to abandon. So you can probably see bits of yellow and red, and that will make sense in a little bit. So today's whisper is all about the rules of life. Now this book, and I would never claim ownership of these rules, but this guy, Richard Templar, has produced these pieces of work. There's the rules of life, the rules of work, the rules of management, and they're very simple reminders of what's important and what isn't about living. It's given basically a personal code towards a happy, successful lifestyle, and they aren't rules as in things you must follow, but simple reminders, and you often look at them and think, yeah, that's right, but they're not wordy. You know, the rules themselves are just presented over 2 pages, and they give one sort of sentence that summarizes the rule itself. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. Very, very simple things. And he also does rules about family and friends, and partnership rules too. And it's often great when you're reading it. It just inspires you a little bit to change your way of thinking, and we all lapse and go back to what we were, but we're human beings, and that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about. So I have selected 10 rules which I really believe I try to live by, and again, these are personally mine. I've played with them a little bit because that's what we do as human beings. We like to take inspiration from things and then do our own little spins. So the first rule for life, I believe, is to have a belief system. And when I say have a belief system, I don't exactly mean religion, although if that is your belief system, then fantastic. But it doesn't necessarily mean that entirely. If you are someone who isn't religious, maybe you have something else you believe in, or how the world works. A belief system, in my opinion, binds us as human beings and as an individual. And I think it's vitally important to do that. I'm just trying to find my yellow, and I've got it. Okay, hence the coloured fingers. A belief system is the fundamental thing, in my opinion, of what we need to keep us strong, to keep us believing in ourselves, and yeah, without it, I think we're just driftwood. My personal belief is the law of attraction. And I know I've mentioned the law of attraction a few times. But yeah, I believe that we're in control of our own destinies, and if we really want something, we can do it. I believe in NLP. But some people makes us all great, the fact that we're all different and we can all share our beliefs. So, there you go. My shining sun in the center of my universe is always have a belief system. Okay, number 2. My number 2 is accept yourself. Yeah, accept yourself. Basically, I believe that you don't need to seek to improve, perfect yourself, because arguably, in my opinion, perfection is not something we're going to have, because we're human beings. We will make mistakes. We will continue to make mistakes. Not everything we do is something we're proud of. But I think learning to accept yourself helps you to deal with it. If you've got anything in your past that you're not particularly proud of, why let it haunt you? Why not just accept it and move on? We're all pretty complex, and I think it's just nice if we can accept ourselves, warts and all, and move on. What do you think? Yep. Okay. Number 3, I think, is kind of linked with that, and that's we all make mistakes. And we do. And like I just said, I think we will continue to make mistakes all of our lives. We all grow older, but not necessarily wiser. I think what happens there is we just start making new mistakes with every new experience that we have. And why shouldn't it be that way? That's the only way that we learn. But we're very hard on ourselves, and I'm certainly not perfect in any stretch of the imagination. Okay, my fourth one, or my fourth one, sorry, is to know what really matters. In other words, we're so consumed with things that have no relevance really in the grand scheme of things. And that could be, I don't know, the latest iPhone, or that new dress that's out, or even celebrity culture. It's everywhere, and sometimes our lives are so consumed by banal things that really aren't what life's all about. Now, I love the iPhone as much as anybody. I love an iPhone as much as anybody, and I always try to get the latest gadgets too. In fact, I'm waiting to upgrade to an iPhone 5. But it's not the end of the world that Angelina, and at the end of the day, who cares? They're just human beings like us. Just we choose to put some people on a pedestal as if they're some kind of demigod, but they're just people, just like us. Nobody's any different to anybody, in my humble opinion. But yeah, what matters to me is kindness, happiness, friendship, love, family. Not necessarily the other things that I mentioned. So really just a reminder. The next one. Dedicate your life to something. What does that mean? Well, I think if you have a mission statement, and that could be anything, that could be you want to become a nurse or you want to become a writer. All that means is you've identified what you want and you can make steps at getting it. It kind of ties into my belief about the law of attraction. And I think out of all of them, it links in directly to that middle one. But dedicating your life to something is so rewarding, and it gives you some much needed direction, as I said. What is it that you like to do? I must also add that I work in a job which I necessarily don't want to do. It's not something I really like to do. I've just got a 9-to-5 job like millions of other people, so I'm not preaching as if I'm some kind of person who's got it right. But I do know that I enjoy helping people, I enjoy entertaining people, hence my writing. So I know I'm working towards what I want to do. It doesn't have to be that I've gotten there already, but that's what I strive to do. And I dedicate my life to that kind of thing. Another one is be flexible in your thinking. Think outside the box. To me that's kind of telling us that we need to get outside of our own boundaries and learn to take new challenges if it feels right. We need to sometimes step outside of our comfort zones and embrace change and suggestions from others. This orange bit doesn't really want to work. I think it's a bit, needs to be, get a fresh bit. There we go. See if that's any different now. I did this one earlier up, didn't I? But yeah, being flexible, it opens up new doors for you, I think. it's not a good place to be when you remain stagnant. This is becoming a little messy now. It's in my hands. Okay, yeah, so be flexible in your thinking is very important. Another one I think is to take an interest in the outside world. Now that for me, it's all about, again, it links in directly with being flexible, but it's saying don't live in your bubble. You know, we all live in our own little ponds, and I think sometimes we forget about the wide world out there and other people, and I think it's very healthy to take an interest in what's going on around the world. Now, we don't mean watching CNN every moment of the day or BBC News. It purely just means take an interest. What's going on around the world, what new movies are coming out, what new books are coming out. And I think it just broadens your horizons. It really does. And, you know, we're not such a big world anymore. I think it's growing smaller and smaller as we speak. Yeah. I noticed the other day there was a documentary on about climate change, and it mentioned that us Britons, we live on an island, as you know. But our weather is governed by the jet stream, which comes from North America, and over the Atlantic, and the jet stream is normally north of the UK, but for some bizarre reason we were directly in the line of fire this year, and 2012 as a result has been the wettest year on record for the UK. We've had endless floods and rain, and we've had snow blizzards and heat waves. It really has been 4 seasons in one day, a lot of the time. And again, they say that it's all due to climate change. Who knows? But taking an interest in the outside world and how you fit into that big picture is very, very important and helps us all grow as a human being. Yeah, okay, the next one. This is directly from the book of The Rules of Life. Only dead fish swim with the sea. Okay, now what that's saying to us is that life is literally a series of lulls and highs, And sometimes you feel like you're pushing through a morass, and other times things come easy to you. So really, it's accepting the rough with the smooth. And if we didn't have those struggles, you know, imagine you're a little fish swimming up a stream where the current's coming down. You're struggling against the current. The fact that it happens helps you grow as a human being. It makes you accept the good things when you get them. If everything in life was just the same, we wouldn't grow. It's as simple as that. We just really wouldn't grow. I'm sorry about all the noise I'm making with these pens too. I don't seem to have a blue chalk, so I'm going to use a highlighter. So yeah, there really is a series of ups and downs, and sometimes you're ahead of the race, and sometimes you're behind. And again, it all boils down to this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. To me, they all link into each other. And to know that we're not alone too, and that we all feel. Sometimes we think things come easier to others, but I'm sure everybody has got their own problems and struggles. Don't be afraid to dream. Your dreams keep you going. You can live off your dreams. Do you have a goal you're working towards? Your dream job? Your dream whatever? I do. In my dreams, I'm a successful filmmaker. So much that I can quit my 9-to-5 job and work full-time being a creative. I think a dream, you can put action plans in place for a dream. And like I've decided to, last year I decided to take some time out of my employers to try and chase it, and as long as I keep doing something toward it, it could be a possibility. It's what I really want to do, be a writer. So I dedicated my life to just entertaining people. And I guess if I wasn't successful in being a successful known filmmaker or writer, the fact that some of my work is helping others is definitely just as equally as rewarding, I think. Don't you? Yeah. And my final one is always have a sense of humor. sense of humour safeguards us against any of the hardships. It helps us through the bad times and sails us towards the good times. It's very healthy to have a sense of humour, and I certainly always try to have a sense of humour. It's very important. Let's see what the book says about that, actually. If I can find it. Say something funny in whatever life throws at us along the way. Laughing at yourself in situations you find yourself in has a double positive effect. Firstly, it diffuses tension and helps regain sense of proportion, and secondly, it has real physical as mental benefits. So there you go, guys and gals. 10 fundamental rules of life, in my opinion. And don't forget, if you are interested, pick up the Rules of Life, which is all, well, not this one because this one's all covered in chalk, but please look it up if it interests you, and let me know what you thought of the video. Maybe I could do some more. Anyway, thanks for watching and take care.